guys, it's Patricia and welcome to my empties video for the month of April 2020. I went through a lot this month, I'm sure we all did. So what I'm going to do is pause the video, sort through the items. We're going to do wax last, and don't forget at the end, we'll have the question of the month. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we're going to discuss non-wax items first. I don't have a lot, so the first one I finished up was a 2-pack of Scentsy Clean dryer discs. I find, right now the other one's still my dryer. I find this particular scent very good in the laundry, nice and strong. And what I usually do is just go by the smell. If these don't have any smell left, I discard one and get a new one. All right, for car bars, because I'm not working right now, but my husband is, he had an old car bar of pumpkin roll in his car. So this is kind of like, obviously fall. He didn't really like it, but it's obviously fall. It's got the pumpkin, the little bit of spices, the yellow cake. Like I think there's pecans or nuts in there. I really like pumpkin roll. I hope it comes back in the fall. And this particular car bar is a pretty good performing one. I finished up a scent pack in Pink Haze. So Pink Haze will be returning June 1st to 30th in the bar form, not in, what do you call this thing? Scent pack form. But inside are obviously all the little beads. I really like this one. It smells really, really nice. It's like a confectionery. I think there's a little bit of raspberry. There's fondant. There's marshmallow. That kind of stuff. Very girly. Very sugary. I finished up, for an oil, I finished up Awesome Apple, which is currently available. And this one I believe has, I looked it up fairly recently, Honeycrisp Apple, Sugar Cane, and Cinnamon. Now for me, I was hoping it was going to be like Johnny Appleseed, like a straightforward apple, but I do detect the cinnamon. Not as much diffusing as I do here, but that's the only thing. I wish I could take the cinnamon out, and if you've been watching me for a long time, you know I love cinnamon. So I actually really like sugarcane things too, but this would probably not be a repurchase. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about this one. My son really likes it, so Awesome Apple. It was okay apple for me. Not quite awesome. I finished up a Scentsy Silk in Pink Cotton. This is probably one of the better things to buy for someone as a gift. If you don't know what you want to get someone from Scentsy, buy them something like this because they don't need wax and warmers. Like some people don't have warmers. This one is basically clean cotton, pink berries, and vanilla sugar. My youngest really likes Scentsy Soaks in the bathtub. And what I usually do is just guesstimate, and I probably get about 6 to 8 baths out of it. I don't load it up because he's only 8 and it doesn't really matter. He just likes the smell and a little bit of the coloration of the water. So I finished up a Counter Clean in Sea Salt and Avocado. This is one of my favorite fragrances. They do not make Counter Clean in Sea Salt and Avocado anymore. Now I do want to mention I recently opened a Sea Salt and Avocado all-purpose concentrate, and it did not smell like this. Like this smells really nice and strong, like my Sea Salt and Avocado. The all-purpose concentrate didn't really have much of a smell, and it smelled different. I'm not going to bother going through the effort of returning what I have. I'll just use it up. But I'm not really sure why that would be. I assume it's because different cleaning products have different ingredients. It could affect the way the scent is carried through the product. I finished up a bulb. Always pick up a bulb. Check your stock. If you're even just a customer, make sure you have one backup of every bulb, because you don't want to be at home, especially with everything that's going on now. Shipping is happening, but it's slow. So you don't want to be at home waiting for your bulb and not being able to warm wax. With respect to the end of the non-wax items, I finished up a body lotion in Beach Daisy. Now, I really like Beach Daisy. It's actually coming back and bring back my bar in June, but I am not a fan at all of Scentsy's body lotions. I like their hand soap, I like their body cream, I like their hand cream. I do not like the lotion. A couple problems. They don't smell very good. They smell, I've had a few and some of them just don't smell. They don't, something goes off with the smell. This one went off with the smell. I remember I contacted consultant or consumer support. They sent me another one, smelled the same. I did use it up, but it just smells like, almost like unscented lotion that maybe doesn't smell the greatest. It is very moisturizing though. The other issue I have with it is it just doesn't go up the pump very well. So you're like trying to shake it, you're trying to like, eventually I just take it out and go like this, or I take it out and dab it on my hand like that. But yeah, I don't recommend the lotions myself, They should rethink how these are delivered, or I don't know, it just doesn't seem to, doesn't do it for me. Love the hand cream, love the body cream. Don't love the lotion. Okay, let's move on to wax. I sorted my wax in front of me and I have my notes. So I will go over everything as thoroughly as I can without taking too long. So I have, from a new release, MAHALO Coconut. Now the scent notes on this are floral Hawaiian lei, violet, and pineapple. So it doesn't mention anything about coconut, but I definitely get coconut. I get like a coconut floral, a little bit of fruit. This is one of the ones that changes as it goes. I really like this one. I don't love it, but I would probably stock up and buy a few at the end of every season rather than put it in my Scentsy Club, but this is one of the standouts for me. Now, I would say it's like a medium, but it's a good solid medium for a while, so I'm pleased with this one. It's quite good for me. Oh, yeah, it's good. I like this. I finished up another new release, Berry Bright. This one is blue raspberry, clementine, and sugar plum. Okay, so this is like a little sister to Blueberry Rush. Not as strong, a little bit softer, a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit brighter, but very similar. If you are someone that wants Blueberry Rush, it's coming back June 1st. We have just got a lot of exciting scents coming back June 1st for Bring Back My Bar. But if you can't wait until June 1st, pick up some Berry Bright. I think you'll be satisfied until you can get Blueberry Rush. Berry Bright is actually not as strong either as Blueberry Rush, so if you find Blueberry Rush a little bit too strong, this might be a good alternative. I finished up Butter Pecan in the bakery section. This is basically candied pecan, maple, and butter. So this is a very yummy, warm bakery scent. It's very saturated in the sense that it really fills a room. It's a great performer. It lasts not as long as I would like it to, but when it's going, whoa, it's impressive. Like, it's nice and strong, and you get a good like payoff from it. I think I had this finished up in my open concept, and I left it going just one day, and that was good. I really enjoyed this, and I would repurchase it again. And I don't even really like maple, but I really like this. So that's Butter Pecan. And another new release I finished up, Rainbow Sherbet. Now, there's the controversy. Do you say sherbet or sherbet? I say sherbet. Technically, I don't even say it at all, but I was watching a video, I think it was Scent Junkie 03, and her mom, I guess, like, not scolded her, that's probably not the right word, but she kind of drilled it into her head at a young age that there's no R in the latter part of sherbet, so that's probably why I say it that way. So you could be a Bert or you could be a Bet, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is this is a really strong scent, and I like strong scents. I'm not crazy about fruit scents, but this one, once I put in my open concept, I really appreciated it because it kind of dilutes that syrupy sweetness to a level that I like. So I think I will pick up more of this, and I definitely will warm it there. And if my daughter wants it in her room, of course I'm going to give it to her. But yeah, like I said, nice and strong. This is an impressive new release, and I think I like it better than Paradise Punch, which she also likes. And I hope this one stays, and that is Rainbow Sherbet. Or Bet. Okay, let's talk about some scents of the month. So I finished up 2 for this month, which is Be Fabulous. So Be Fabulous is a pretty good citrus scent. It doesn't really smell strong in here anymore. But I find this garnished a lot of compliments in my house. So Be Fabulous has notes of limoncello, ruby grapefruit, and sweet sugared musk. I get a lot of the grapefruit, and the limoncello is slightly, I'd say they're pretty close when I smell it. The sweet sugared musk, it's not overly musky, so I think that's why it's got a lot of universal appeal. Now, one thing I found about this, it was probably like a medium in intensity, but it did wear off kind of fast. Now, being a citrus scent, that's not a huge surprise. So if you're someone that likes to change out your scents a little bit more frequently and you love citrus, and some people can say this is a little bit of a variation of like a blue grotto, I can definitely see that. My husband really liked this, and he said, don't make samples of that. And I said, why not? And he's like, you should just keep it all. So anyway, that is Be Fabulous. That one got compliments in my house. I finished up last month's scent of the month, Spring Has Sprung. I think I have one left of this. And this is a floral scent. And it is basically like magnolias, lemons, and sandalwood. I get like a nice fresh spring lemony floral. I don't get a lot of sandalwood. This one doesn't do the greatest for me personally. Yeah, it's a little bit harder to smell, and that might be good if you don't like florals, but I would not repurchase this just because it's not a great performer in my house. So that is Spring Has Sprung. Kind of light, So upcoming scent of the month for May, Buzzworthy. Love the color of the packaging, love the color of the wax. So the scent notes on this are sugared almonds, creamy vanilla, and honey. And they put it in the bakery category. And I think that sometimes it's like, well, I don't really know what category to put this in, so we'll put it in the bakery because it's not really fresh, it's not really floral, it's not really fruity. Anyway, so I think that's why I went in the bakery. But it's not I mean, there's vanilla, and I think the vanilla is the base backdrop. But you definitely get like an almond presence and definitely a honey presence. And now some honeys, depending on what flower they pollinate or however they do it, different honeys will smell and taste different. So some of them will have a little bit more floral taste. And I know that sounds weird, but honey comes from flowers, so that's not a huge surprise. But you can definitely get like a floral note in here. I definitely get like a floral undertone. I definitely get a lot of almond and a lot of honey. I don't get any spice. I've heard some people say they get spice. I don't get any kind of spice whatsoever. The thing about this one is I don't hate it and I don't like it. It's kind of there. And I think if you made me choose, do I like it or do I not? I would say I'd probably not prefer this one, because what I usually do is if I can't tell if I like a scent, I say to myself, am I looking forward to putting this in the warmer? And to be honest, no, I don't look forward to putting this in the warmer, but I've been warming it because I have it and I want to give you guys feedback. But my son said this, he smelled the air and he goes, this smells weird. I don't like this. And then later when he smelled the bar, he goes, you should put this in, it smells good. And I said, that's the same scent you complained about yesterday. He goes, oh. So I feel like I'm the same way. Like one moment I'm okay with it and the next moment I don't really like it. And one thing I would say is if you don't really like this, try it in a mini warmer, because you may pick up less of certain notes that you don't like, or it may not be as strong. The other thing is I'm going to try mixing this with something like a strong fruity bakery, something like a buckleberry from the past, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it mixed. Fairly strong though, and probably average duration on that. All right, let's go into stuff that's older, but like I said, you always have to have your list, formulate your list of what you want to bring back in the future. This is a Scentsy Club scent for me. Love this one, Cozy Spice. It's basically toasted nutmeg, ginger spice, and vanilla cream. So this reminds me, it definitely reminds me of the time I was with Canada Kim and she brought me that pumpkin chai frappuccino or whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called. And I really liked it, and it kind of reminds me of this because it's like a soft medley of spices, but it's definitely got like a creaminess, almost like a nutmeg or an eggnog or something. It's just, this is really nice. Now, I mixed this with something. Finished this off by mixing it with Happy Birthday, and I loved that combination. That was such a nice combination. So Cozy Spice, if you have some Happy Birthday, mix them together and let me know what you think. It's not a super strong scent. I wish it was just a touch stronger, but I enjoy this so much. It's a club scent for me, and it's gonna stay there. So the next one I finished up was Huckleberry Apple Pie. And look at that pretty packaging. This one is apple, huckleberry, and creamy vanilla. This one is kind of notorious for being a lighter scent, so I kind of got that. I put it in my son's room downstairs, which usually does better with harder to smell scents. And I could smell it, but it was still, you know, it's just a little bit underwhelming, so not very strong. I find I get a lot of huckleberry, just a little bit of apple, and I can't really smell any crust, but it talks about vanilla. Vanilla is probably just there to cream it out. So I think I have one left of this, so that will be plenty for me. I finished up Toy Story Buzz Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond. This one has notes of fizzy orange, black currant, plum blossom, and sugared raspberry. I don't really get any of that, and most people say this smells like a grape scent, and I agree. I feel like it's a diluted grape scent. I don't know. This didn't do the greatest for me. I basically eventually put it in my kid's bathroom to kind of try to get most scent of it as I could. I just found it was a little bit of a letdown. I feel bad because I think a lot of people like this one, but I'm just like, nah, it's an easy let go for me. Yeah, this was the only one I ever purchased, and I'm fine that it's done. I'm not going to miss that one. And I'm sorry if you love that one. Hopefully you have it in your Scentsy Club. Another Disney-related scent that I finished was Woody Reach for the Sky. So this one has white oak, sandalwood, and vanilla. Yeah, this one is slightly, it's kind of close to Circle of Life, but sometimes this one reminds me, it's like Circle of Life plus urine. There's a little bit of an undertone in here that reminds me of urine. Boy, I'm making it sound great, aren't I? Go get yourself some urine scented wax. No, it's not. Trust me, it's not. It's subtle. But yeah, if I had to pick which one I like better, it would be Circle of Life. That is Woody. Definitely in the wood family. I would say like a medium performance on that. Like it being in the woods category. Anything in the wood category, I would say woodsy, but it's really, is it wood or woods? Anyway, that category usually is long lasting. Sometimes it's not a boomer. They're kind of like a medium level performing wax. I just gotta stop for a second. Just 1 second. There's a lot of background noise. I'm gonna be back in 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, Johanna, don't watch this portion of the video. Tune out. Finished. Another original packaging of sweet plum pastry. A little bit sweaty, a little bit discolored. Oh yeah, this is a nice bakery scent, and it's probably one that we're going to see as a voting option come back in the next Bring Back My Bar, which will be towards the latter part of this year. So the scent notes are black plum, toasted coconut, and marshmallow cloud. I don't know about the marshmallow cloud bit. It's definitely got the plum, and then the coconut. I always say it reminds me of more of a black coconut, which is a sophisticated coconut, instead of toasted, because toasted smells different to me. But this is a good scent. Yeah, I like this. I've been warming this a bit because I have quite a few that I'm just kind of working through up the older packaging. And I remember somebody asked me once if they could buy a whole bunch of my sweet plum pastry. And I always say no, and then when other people ask, I always say no, because if I said no to person 1, I gotta say no to person 10. Anyway, so that is sweet plum pastry. Highly recommend. Cozy Cabin. This is a Scentsy Club scent for me as well. This is Christmas Bayberry, Chiffon, Musk, and Cedarwood. Oh, I really like this one. The only thing I wish it was stronger, because it's not very, very strong. This reminds me if you took the Bring Back My Bar scent Woodland Suede and mixed it with Alpine Meadow, I think, and a little, yeah, I think that's kind of what this smells like to me. Oh, I like it. It's like not super masculine. It's very pleasant. It gives your house like that special background scent that if somebody walked into your house, they'd be like, oh, this house smells so nice, but it's not obvious that it's home fragrance. So that is what Cozy Cabin does for me. But I strictly warm this in my bedroom because I don't find it very strong. So I probably may not keep this in my Scentsy Club just because of the strength, but I really like the scent. So anyway, it's a dilemma. All right, the last one for the old stuff is My Dear Watson. Now this one here has got bergamot, mint, cedar, and suede. It's a very nice, soft, masculine scent. Probably like soft to medium, maybe like 6 out of 10-ish, 6.5. I've got it finishing up in my son's room downstairs, and I don't know if this has happened to anybody else, but I've warmed this whole bar slowly over time, and now that it's like finished and I have 0 left, like I'm like, oh, I like that scent now. It's not that I didn't like it before, but now I'm like, now I want more. Just one more. But, you know, it's no longer available, but it's pleasant. If you like softer masculine scents, something like a business casual where it's not a boom in your face masculine, it's a little bit more understated, then you might like My Dear Watson as well. You can definitely smell like the suede. Yeah, and the bergamot's not too dominant, like it's not in your face. It's a really nicely blended scent. I had horrible results with my testers. I had some testers of this, In Tester Tuesday, I didn't have good results. I had old testers here that I finished this month. These are all my testers for the month. Plus the ones that I haven't added in from this week. So there's a lot. But anyway, yeah, the testers of this did not hold up well, but this particular bar held up no problem. So just keep that in mind. Try not, I say it all the time, try, if you're a consultant or you've obtained samples or testers as samples, try to warm through them, because I don't know, it could be maybe the way they're packaged, but some of them don't maintain their scent as long as they do in the bars. All right, let's whiz through to bring back my bars. There's quite a few of them here. I have Happy Birthday. This is returning June 1st. This is a really nice scent. This is basically sparkling sugar, whipped cream, and vanilla. To me, it reminds me of like a white cake. People always say funfetti cake. Is that like the cake with the sprinkles? Because I've never had a funfetti cake. Like, I'm not huge into sprinkles, so I'm just like, eh. But anyway, a white cake, but it's like if you had like a 9-inch pan, every so often they dolloped a little bit of chocolate cake in with the white cake. So it's predominantly white, but like you get that slight hint of like chocolate every once in a while. So that's what I get with this. But it works well. Like, it's like, I love marble cake, so, but that, I get that. So this is really nice. I did have this in my Scentsy Club and I removed it, but now I'm definitely putting it back because I've grown to really love this scent over time. It's a great mixer, a great fruit, not fruity mixer, but a great foodie mixer. You want to add this to a food scent to give it a bakery component, then this is a good one. And like, it's pretty strong for a vanilla based scent, so gotta love that. Flower Shop. This one is just like walking into a flower shop. It definitely is. It's like the stems of the flowers. If you cut them off and you smell the greenery and you smell the floral, and it's like the scent when you walk in, and it's almost like fresh, but like bordering on grass, but floral, and it's all that stuff in a bar. Now, I didn't find this as strong as I was expecting. I warmed it downstairs in my open layout. It wasn't as strong. I think I have a couple more bars of this, but it was just a little bit lighter than I would expect, smelling it out of the clamshell. So that is Flower Shop. I remember when I first smelled scents, like I was like, oh, who would buy something like that? Like, why would you buy that? And now as time goes on, I'm okay with them, and sometimes I like scents like that. And it's just a sign that your scents change. Your scents come around. Sometimes what you love now, in a year you might not love it anymore, so just keep that in mind. Here's one that's kind of like that for me, Luxe Vanilla. Now this one is musk, cyclamen, jasmine, and vanilla. The first time I warmed this, I absolutely fell in love, and then I warmed it again just recently, and I was like, I like it, I still like it, but it's not like a must-have for me. And I have quite a stockpile of this, so I took it out of my club, but I do really, really like this. It's like a nice, pleasant, vanilla, clean, kind of floral vanilla. But nice and innocent. Like, this would be great in a kid's room. Like a little kid's room, or, I don't know. This is really nice. I warm it here in my bedroom, sometimes in the bathroom. Like I said, I have quite a few of these, so I'm good for a little bit. Rustic Lodge. This one is cedar, oak musk, wood smoke, and fallen leaves. This one, when I finished this bar off, it had a lot of wood smoke. Like, I could really pick up on the wood smoke. But it's almost like you're in a cabin in the woods. Do you remember that song? It's like, there was a little cabin in the woods, a little old man, no. Yeah, saw a rabbit hopping by. Anyway. Does anybody else know that song? Anyway, that guy in the cabin, he's warming Rustic Lodge. It's definitely woodsy. It's definitely like masculine for sure, and you can smell the smoke. So that's Rustic Lodge, and it's pretty strong and fairly long lasting. All right, Mad About Mint. This is peppermint, spearmint, and frosted wintergreen. Yeah, this is very spearmint heavy, and you can definitely smell peppermint as well. I remember when you took the bar out, you could really smell it on the bottom. My son really likes this, and it was nice and strong in his bedroom, and nice and refreshing in the bedroom. I don't know if I'd want this everywhere, but I liked it in his room, and I finished it off there. And that is Mad About Mint. I just tend to like mint scents, so I'm okay with that one, but I didn't put my club or anything like that. And I don't have any more. Tahitian Black Orchid. This one is Black Orchid, Dark Plum, Coconut Milk, and White Rose. I felt like this time it was a very powdery, floral, almost like a woodsy note that I was picking up on as well. Maybe like an amber as well. But it, like others have said, this is a light performer. So I put it downstairs in my son's room where I usually put scents that have trouble. And it did okay there, but not a standout, and smelled different this time than when I warmed it a few months ago. So it did change up a little bit to my nose. It definitely could smell like the white rose and almost like a woodsiness and almost like an amber. But it's definitely a pretty scent. It's just too light. Sugar and Spice. This is not a light scent. This one is crunchy candy coating similar to black licorice. Woo! It's like, I always joke around, it's like you took Coke, Dr. Pepper, or root beer and mix them all together. And like you ended up with like a licorice. You know, it's very spicy, herbal, and sweet. I think they describe that. It's nice and strong and fairly long lasting, so this would stand up to an open concept layout. I use this a lot in my bonus room or in my son's room. He really likes this, so I think I have one more. The next one I finished up was actually a Tester Tuesday scent. It's coconut flower. This is Tropical Blossoms, Pineapple, and Coconut Milk. Yeah, this is a little bit more coconut milk heavy and less floral than MAHALO coconut. So if you like MAHALO coconut, but you find it a little too floral and a little too fresh, then consider voting back coconut flower, because it's a little bit softer, but it's very pleasant, well-rounded scent. Probably like a medium level in both performance and longevity. And that is coconut flower. I probably would buy one more, I think, if it came back, but I think I still have one more bar here, if my memory serves me. Rosemary Mint. This one is a Scentsy Club scent for me. This one is mint, tea tree, and rosemary. This is so good. I like this one so much. At the end, it goes a little strange. I don't know if at the end I smell mostly tea tree, but there's not a lot of rosemary. It's mainly mint, so you have to be a mint lover. It's so, so nice. It makes my house smell very clean and fresh, in a not super herbal way, because sometimes people don't like the herbal stuff. But that is Rosemary Mint, and I really like this one. It's a good one. And I also finished up a Peony or Peony Petals. I asked people, how do you say it? Peony or peony? And somebody said pee on knee, and I'm like, don't pee on your knee. That's not good. Okay, so this is a soft floral. I made the mistake of putting it in my open layout first, and that was a mistake. I could barely smell it. So then that was 4 cubes. So then I took 2 cubes and warmed it here in my bedroom. It was like a medium at best. I would say like maybe 5 out of 10 or 6 at the most. And so then with the 2 cubes I had left, I put them in my kid's bathroom. And this is still going now. The scent notes on this are peony, rose, and the soft breeze. So it is soft, but in my kid's bathroom, I can definitely smell it a lot better, and it's very pretty. It's a super pretty scent. I think that's why people like this so much, because most florals, they're kind of like, you walk in the room and you're like, and they just hit you. This is like, pleasant, beautiful, nice. And I will stick to either my bedroom here or the bathroom so I can enjoy the nice subtleties of this scent. So that is Peony Petals. I will let you guys know I finished up a few testers that were not in Tester Tuesday. If you want to know any of the Tester Tuesday testers that I used up, I've got all my videos, and I've been trying to organize my playlist so that they're all there. But recently I warmed a Jumpin' Jelly Bean, because this is coming back, and I actually warmed part of a bar. Oh, this is so good. I really like this. I used to have this in a brick. It was all beat up and ugly, but it was really old style brick. And I remember from having it that time that it's really nice and strong, but it kind of doesn't last a super long time. But I'm okay with it. It's so nice. It's like pear, a little tiny bit of apple, lemon, lots of lemon, and sugar. And it's much, much better than juicy pear. So if you were really hoping a lot from juicy pear, but it just didn't check all your boxes or hit the nail on the head, then definitely try Jumpin' Jelly Bean. I'm hoping you're really going to like this. My mom is in her mid-70s and she loves this, so it's not just for kids. I finished up a Bora Bora Blossom. Now let me see. I'm going to read you the notes. It's Island Fruits, Orchid, and Green Violet Leaf. This one, it didn't really smell great. It kind of smelled a little bit like tiny bit of Bora Bora Blossom and a lot of waxy tone. So I think this one kind of, you guys know me. I tend to get testers from people, and I'm trying to go through my testers, but recently somebody kind of had some they were getting rid of, so I took them. But this one, just a lot of those person's testers that they don't smell great. So anyway, just warm through your testers. That's my advice. And I think I have 2 other scents here. I finished up a Love and Happiness. I've been working on a bar. Oh, this is such a different kind of scent. It's got like chestnuts and sugar cane, and it's warm and cozy, and it almost hints at being a floral. And it's kind of powdery, but in a great way. If you haven't tried Love and Happiness, oh man, consider voting it back. I really like this one. It's a really different kind of scent, very unique, conceptual. And last in my little bag of testers is Candy Crave. So Candy Crave is basically raspberry sorbet, cotton candy, and fluffy marshmallow. And the raspberry sorbet, it makes it kind of perfumey. It's like a perfumey, sweet, marshmallowy candy scent with a little raspberry, like flirting with a little raspberry, not much. But it's definitely got like a little bit of perfuminess. And I remember when I did my tester Tuesday, I forgot to mention about the perfuminess, but it's definitely there. And I definitely think it's like blue cotton candy. And I have some of this in the body wash, so I'm finishing through that, and that is Candy Crave. So before we head off for this empties video, I have one question for you guys, one question of the month. It involves being home, staying at home. So I assume a lot of you guys are at home with stay-at-home orders throughout the world and Canada, North America, the US. I want to know, are you like me? Have you been warming through lots and lots of wax? Lots and lots. I think for testers itself, I think I was like over 50 testers for the month. So anyway, are you like me and you're warming through lots of wax? If so, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if it makes you feel comforted, like it's making me feel comforted. So, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for spending the last 30-something minutes with me. I really appreciate it. I tend to pre-film my Tester Tuesday videos, so I did not say anything about the tragedy of the mass shooting we had here in Nova Scotia, but a lot of people reached out to me because I know I live in Nova Scotia. Where the gunman was killed was probably about a 20-minute drive from my house, and actually it was at an Irving Big Stop, and Irving Big Stops are like a gas station with an adjoining restaurant. We go to that restaurant, you know, fairly often, so it's just kind of sad, but my heart goes out to all the Nova Scotians that have been affected directly through this and indirectly, and I just want you guys to know that the outpouring of love that everyone gives in a situation like that, it's always very touching, and I'm sure it helps both people in my province and the loved ones of the family members that were killed. So anyway, thanks for spending, like I said, the last 30 minutes with me. I'm babbling now. I'd like you guys to have a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.